Well, singer Noah Kahan has just opened up recently about his struggles with body dysmorphia in his new documentary. And he's not alone. Millions battle this every day.
Sarah Nicole Landry is better known to her 2.5 million Instagram followers as Bird's Papaya. She has built a community around body image, and she is here with our very good friend, Jully Black. This is so amazing because I know you wanted to bring Sarah here to have this very open discussion. And Sarah, listen, you and I, we're friends.
Yep.
I've been following you for years. And you really, I have to say, you're one of the first people that I remember seeing on social media really being open about anybody dealing with issues surrounding their body and body dysmorphia. How much did that affect you, and how have things changed since you've had this open conversation on social media?
Well, I think so much has changed in the sense of like how open we are with some of these discussions, especially around our mental health. For me, I really thought that if I lost weight and if I was in a smaller body, all of my body image issues would be gone. And what a lesson to find out that I only had more anxiety and more obsessive thoughts around my body than ever before, even after losing 100 pounds. So then I sort of decided to have that open conversation online in real time of what does it look like to heal through that? What does it look like to work through some of these things that we can sort of hyperfixate on, so much so that it limits us to live the lives that we only really get one shot at living. And so that became the most important thing for me to do, especially as I've, gone on to have another child. Body has ebbed and flowed a bunch of times, but most importantly, everyone who has been around, has watched me continue to show up and live my life.
Now, Jully, this is something that you yourself have personally dealt with too.
Oh, yeah, it's extremely personal. I mean, I've been size 10, 10 years old, size 10 shoes, size 10 jeans, very voluptuous, and every time, and even that, very voluptuous. That's me even making an excuse, giving myself a label, right? And so it's like the image that I see looking back at myself when somebody's like, oh, I want your body, I love your body. It's all this body. And I'm like, oh, what does that number say down there? Or, oh, what is this? Why? I was talking to my body parts. Like, I had to get to a point, Sarah, where I was like, if my hips were a person, would I say, why do you look like that?
Yeah, would you be so mean?
Would I be so mean?
Yeah.
Right? And so I'm just trying to live my life extremely vulnerable, extremely open, and there's grief around it. Like there's this, and then the hormone changes, and then here comes my beautiful husband that's like, what are you not seeing? 'Cause I just see beauty. So I just want to help men and women just become way more emancipated around the earth suit, like my mom would call it.
The earth
suit.
I
love that.
It's an earth suit, right? That's carrying your soul for however long.
I love that. Well, listen, you're such a great mom. I love your kids. And, how would you say parents should open up these kind of conversations, and how should they go about doing it when it comes to talking about body image with their kids?
I think almost all of us have grown up with generations of mothers and grandmothers before us, and to no fault of their own, where to talk about body image was common space, right? And to talk about diet culture was common space. And I am part of that. I was a part of that for sure. And so going into especially my last pregnancy, I realized so much of like watching my kids who were now going through the teen years, me going through body change, they're going through body change, I'm going through body change, and just the conversations we were having. There's just so much body conversation that I just decided if I could make our home a safe space, if this is the space that we're still open and willing to, if we're struggling with something, we can, but what could I compliment you on that's beyond your body?
Right.
And how do I talk to myself beyond my body, because they were our first narrators, right? And I found it really fascinating having a baby, because babies are born with rolls and cellulite and all of these squishy little parts, and then we go and we look at ourselves in the mirror and we go, rolls and cellulite.
It's true.
It goes from cute to scrutinized so quickly, and so it's really difficult to sort of see that, but be hyper aware of it at the same time. But I really do think at the end of the day, it's being aware of how we speak to ourselves, and to how you said it, how you speak to your body parts. Would you speak to your children that way? Would you speak to your best friend that way?
Absolutely.
And yet we are so willing to speak to ourselves that way. And I kind of want us to take a step back from that a little bit and go, you know what, it's not all easy, but sometimes it's just stepping away from the mirror and going, you know what, regardless, I deserve to live my life, and I'm going to go do it, cellulite, whatever. What everybody's going to have is something to say about it, but we're the ones that are actually living our lives.
Yeah.
I just want to say one quick thing too, because this is, it was important for us to be here together as a Black woman and a white woman that moved through this world, the same but also very different. When I met you 6 years ago, we was really talking about, hey, if we put on the same, bathing suit.
Look at this picture of us.
We put on the very same bathing suit, and we just turned around, and what would the world say about me in a thong? What would the world say about you in a thong? And so this is a bigger conversation, much bigger conversation around. There are times where I wouldn't even wear a bathing suit because I was told at a resort, for example, that, oh, that's not a very family-friendly bathing suit, to my face. But I saw a woman that, that wore the same bathing suit, right? So these are conversations that we can help. To me, this is allyship. This is, I've got goosebumps all over.
Oh my goodness.
We've been having these conversations in DMs literally for 6 years, and I think it's important, and I think it's especially like we talk about motherhood, non-motherhood, we talk about skin color and all these different like aspects of life, but at the end of the day, like we really just have to show up and support each other with all the nuance and stuff as well, and promote us living our lives and expressing the way that feels best for us as well.
Absolutely. Well, listen, we certainly appreciate the conversation with us here this morning on The Morning Show. Thank you both so much.
Thank you. Thank you for giving us a space for this.
Yes.
All right, we'll get the break here on The Morning Show, but coming up next, we got